Hey guys, I just wanted to let you know about Artisan's brand new brush soap that I've got right here, ready to do a demo on some brushes that I used today because I was doing some stenciling. I did a live for Essential Stencil, and I have some stencil brushes here that I've just dropped in water and a couple of other brushes as well. So I've got one of my Klingon brushes, and all we have to do is to put them in water up to just below the ferrule or the metal part, and the paint just literally falls off the brush and goes into the water. But if you've left your brushes for any length of time out of the water and the paint is kind of half dried on them, which sometimes happens for my stencil brushes, because when I go live, you can see there's still a little bit of orange on that one where I used it for a stencil today. A little bit of black around the rim of that one. Just going to use Artisan's brush soap to clean my brushes from today. It's all natural brush soap and it smells delicious. I can smell some citruses in there like lemon and so on. It doesn't say on the container, but I do have the information in my shop link that I'll post here in the comments. It's an all natural handmade soap that's tough on paint but gentle on your precious brushes. Use it to clean paint from all types of brushes, natural bristle, sable and synthetic brushes, as well as your hands and any surfaces. So there you go guys. Here's how easy it is to use. So I'll just take one of my brushes that I was mentioning before, had some paint still on it. So I'm just going to rinse that paint off quickly underwater. And so the brush, as I've just rinsed it under the water, is wet. So we're just going to rub it onto the surface of the soap just like that. Then I like to use my hand and just get that soap on in there. It actually feels really nice and soft. And there's so much soap on there. I probably didn't even need to rub it on the soap that much, but let's just point you down here so we can see the sink a little bit more clearly. That was an orange color, so you can see the paint just coming straight off on my hands there, working it into the bristles. Oop, bit too much. Rinsing then off with water. And we can see nice, really super clean bristles on my stencil brush, all ready to stencil again. So I'll pop that one over to dry. Where's that one with the, oh, here we've got some nice green paint and black paint stuck onto the edges of those. So those were just literally, and these are natural bristle brushes, I believe, these ones. So just going to do a quick rinse with the water, flick the brush out. You can see that ridge of black paint on there. Here I go, just rubbing the bristles onto the brush soap, and then I'm working it into the palm of my hand. You can actually use, something else to work it into if you wanted to. A little, there's some little dishes with the little bubbles and ridges on them that you could actually work your brush around into. But I'm just getting that soap right there into the bristles. You can see the paint coming right off as onto my hands. And sometimes I like to just go over that, really work it in there. You might find these, if you get some that are stains that are really stubborn, you can leave it in overnight with a little bit of cling wrap or plastic wrap, or just pop it in a little, reuse a plastic bag. That's just with one bit of working out. So we've got all those brushes cleaned on the end there. It's a little bit stained still, so I could maybe sit that one overnight and let that work all the way through. Let's do one more. This one has got a lot. In fact, I probably let it dry a little bit too long. So you can see if I put it against, there's the bristle's supposed to look like that white color. It's a dark green. Adding a bit of soap. I added a little bit of green to the end of my soap bar there. But it really smells so nice, and it's all natural. So great for the environment. It's not going to hurt or damage your hands. You can see that soap turning green right there. So this one may need a little bit more working on, and like I said before, you can sit that overnight as you've worked it all in the bristles, and then come back the next morning. I may even do a little experiment with that one. So I'm going to rinse off what I've got here, and then let's see what it looks like. And then I'll wrap it in some plastic with some more soap on it, see if we can get it even cleaner. So as it says, you can even use this soap on surfaces to get paint off your surfaces if you've got paint on your bench accidentally. So there we go. That's cleaned it a lot cleaner than what it was, but you can see there's still a bit of dark green in the center of those bristles. So I will just do a little bit of a soap massage And then I'll pop that in some plastic wrap and leave it for a few hours or even overnight and see what that looks like in the morning. So here's a bit of plastic wrap. Even better if you can just reuse a plastic bag, then you're not using new plastic and wasting, causing damage to the environment. So we'll leave that overnight. Okay, so now I'm back the next day, and here are those brushes that I cleaned out, nice and really conditioned and soft. And here are those ones that I had wrapped in plastic wrap. Well, I had one, I did another. Wrapped in plastic wrap. So that's got the brush soap all in there. If I just drizzle a little bit of water on these and then see if we can work up some more lather in those. Whoop. A little bit. It's possibly dried out a bit, but rinsing that out now. Got one more. I can feel that it's definitely looking a lot cleaner than they were before. Get a little bit more of a lather. You can tell it's getting cleaner with less and less colour coming out from on the brushes. I'm doing 2 at once. But the smell is just beautiful. See, the colour is now nice and clear, so that means that anything left on there as far as colour is just stain. And then these ones are all clean. And so they will dry out just as nicely as these, nice and conditioned. And that's Artisan's new brush soap.